boys and girls. It's Mrs. Gross here doing a reteaching lesson on order of operations. Mrs. Bruzzese posted a great video last week for you. I'm just here to kind of walk you through a few more example problems and maybe give you a little more information to help you. So, order of operations is the steps that we use to solve any equation. And as you get older, you might see really long equations with lots of operations, and it might seem really overwhelming. But if you use what you've learned, it will be easy because you just take it step by step and you take it slow. So when we're doing order of operations, you want to remember this little rhyme or saying, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Okay. When I was in school, I always remembered PEMDAS. And whenever I was doing a problem like this, I wrote PEMDAS down on my paper just so I could remember the steps. Each letter stands for what you should do in that order. So the P is parentheses. Always do parentheses first. Next, look for any exponents. The M and D, multiply and divide, you can do in any order. Whatever comes first, do first. But if you always have to do multiplying and dividing before you do any sort of addition and subtraction. Okay, so this is the order. So let's look at an example problem. Sorry, hold on. How do I get out of this? Okay, so let's look at this first example. 16 plus 9 divided by 3. Now, I'm going to look at my PEMDAS, PEMDAS. What should I do first? Well, are there any parentheses in this problem? No, so I could skip it. Do I see any exponents? No, so I can skip that. Next, I multiply or divide. So I do see a division sign. So that tells me I have to divide first before I can go on to my addition. Okay, so this has to happen first, then this has to happen second. So I'm going to do my first operation. 9 divided by 3 is 3. And I'm always going to write it below. This is just something I do that I think is really helpful. But I'm going to write that answer below, and then I'm going to bring the rest of my problem down. 16 plus 3. And then there's nothing else to do besides addition. So then I just add 19. Okay? Let's try another one. Okay, this one, 30 divided by 5 times 3. Now let's see. According to PEMDAS, what do I do first? Parentheses, there are none. So I'm going to skip that. Exponents, nothing to do. Multiply or divide. Okay, so these two you could do. It doesn't matter if division comes first in the problem, do division first. So whatever comes first, that's what you'll do. Multiply or divide, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to do divide first, and then I will multiply. So let me divide first. 30 divided by 5 is 6. I write it underneath, and then I bring down the rest of my problem. 6 times 3. And there my answer is 18. Okay? So I find it really helpful to make sure you're writing down and bringing the rest of the problem down as well, instead of just trying to do it in your head and writing the final answer. All right. Let's look at a different problem. All right, this one, 5 to the second power plus 4 times 7. All right, so let me look at my order of operations. Parentheses, there are none, so you don't have to do anything there. Next, I look for exponents. I have to look for my exponents. I have to do my exponents before I can multiply or divide. So I see exponents, 5 to the second power. Well, what does that mean, 5 to the second power? 5 to the second power means 5 times 5. So you could even write it down just to help you remember what it is. And that is 25. Now I found my exponent. Now let me bring down the rest of my problem. Plus 4 times 7. Okay. Now I have addition and multiplication. What do I have to do first? Well, according to the order of operations, I have to multiply and divide before I can add and subtract. So I have to multiply first. I have to do 4 times 7 first, which is 28. Bring down the rest of your problem. Don't skip any steps. Okay. And then you could finally add. So that is 53. Okay. Just checking my work quick in my head. All right. Let's see, one more. All right. This one, I see a lot of things. I see parentheses, I see exponents. So let me walk through my order of operations to figure out what I do first. According to my order of operations, I do parentheses first. So whatever is in my parentheses, I have to do first. Even if it's addition, they're telling me to do whatever is in the parentheses first. So 7 plus 2 is 9. And then I'm going to bring down the rest of my problem. 9 plus 6 to the second power. Now, what should I do first? Should I add 9 and 6? Or should I do my exponent first? Well, let's look over here. It says to do exponents before I do multiply, divide, add, or subtract. So I have to find this exponent before I can add to the 9. So 6 to the second power, you might want to write it down, is 6 times 6, which is 36. And then bring down the rest of your problem, 9 plus. And then obviously there's nothing left to do besides add. So then you would add it. And that is 45. Okay? So like what I said before, whenever I'm doing a problem that has parentheses, exponents, all these different operations, what I do is I write PEMDAS down always. And when I was younger, I would do it. And still to this day, it's helpful. So anywhere on your paper that you're working, you might want to write this down or have this screen open with the order of operations. Okay. So I hope that helps. Let me know if you have any questions. And I'm here to help you whenever you need. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.